There is no doubt that most humans living today like to think or believe that they are free, or they are as free as a bird. That is, that they are not in any form of bondage. However, if you care to look around a little bit more, you are more likely to rethink, revisit, or revise these assumptions. Actually, the chances are that the reality may be a little bit different. May I remind you that even as you relish this freedom of yours, there are also individuals, groups, nations, or powers who are lurking in the shadows somewhere. Believe it or not, these powers believe and calculate that you are their property, or that your resources, your very life, and whatever else you own belong to them. This is a reality that you may struggle to accept. But does it really matter? Now, are there groups or powers, be they local or foreign, who are just waiting to pounce at the right time or at the slightest opportunity? Think about these things for a moment. A slave is often described as a human workhorse who is owned by another human and principally lives at the pleasure of his or her owner. In order to perform hard work, usually for life, but without pay, reward, compensation, or any form of recognition. In most situations and cultures, a slave owner also has the power of life and death over the slave. Ordinarily, a slave has no status or dignity, as he or she is considered to be a chattel. A slave is therefore someone whose life and destiny were stolen by another and is made to live a life of toil in the service of his or her owner. In certain cultures, it was not unusual for slaves to suffer the ignominy of being buried with their owners, in the belief that such slaves will continue to serve such owners in the afterlife. There were millions of slaves who died unmourned and were never remembered. It has to be remembered that slavery was part of every culture, every nation, and every religion from the past to the present. One may ask, or one may want to ask, why would one human want to enslave another human? Well, it is all down to the fallen nature of humans. Both in the past and now, some humans, due to the powers they possessed or possess, took or take advantage of the vulnerabilities of disadvantaged other humans by enslaving them. Such powers could be social, developmental, political, physical, emotional, intellectual, monetary, military, spiritual, religious, circumstantial, or otherwise. Surprisingly, humans often delight in describing themselves as higher animals. This simply indicates that they classify themselves as being superior to the animals that live in the wild. However, on close examination, you will find that both lower and higher animals are basically the same. They are both driven by similar instincts. This simply implies that ordinarily the stronger will often prey on the weaker. This is exactly what happens in the wild, where the strong prey on the weak. You have probably seen pictures or watched films of a lion chasing after, for example, an antelope, and eventually catching up with it and tearing it up for dinner. It is no wonder that one of the wisest men that ever lived, King Solomon, submitted in Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verses 18, 19, and 20 as follows. I said in my heart regarding the subject of the sons of men, God is trying, that is, separating and sifting them, that they may see that by themselves, that is, under the sun without God, they are but like beasts. For that which befalls the sons of men befalls beasts. Even, that is, in the end, one thing befalls them both. As the one dies, so dies the other. Yes, they all have one breath and spirit, so that a man has no preeminence over a beast. For all is vanity, that is, emptiness, falsity, and futility. All go to one place, all are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. Therefore, if the truth be told, after the fall of man, human instincts became like those of lower animals. However, because of pride, humans refused to see themselves in lower animals. We also fail to see our world as a human jungle, not particularly different from the world where lower animals live. It is all about the survival of the fittest. The only difference between lower animals and humans is the rule of law. And this explains why human societies that are governed by the rule of law are more humane than others. In view of these things, can humans really sleep with both eyes closed? This is a question for you to ponder. My friends, my listeners, we have come to the end of the video, and this is just part one. Please be on the lookout for the second part in this series. Once again, I appreciate you for coming to the channel. Please do not forget to like, to share, to comment, and to subscribe to the channel. God bless you. Thank you.